As the man stared intently at Zhang, a powerful green aura began to emanate from his body. The onlookers, sensing this potent energy, approached cautiously. Despite the distance, the strength of his aura was palpable, leading them to speculate about the level of awakened he might be. Observing his interaction with Zhang Chen, they wondered if a conflict was brewing. The man's gaze bore into Zhang's eyes, creating an unsettling tension. Zhang felt nervous under the silent pressure the man exerted. The man had been silently testing him, and Zhang was unsure of his intentions. Just then, the insect mother appeared, licking her finger as she approached Zhang. Her eyes held a murderous glint as she regarded the man. "Zhang, this man is a threat," she declared, her voice dripping with malice. To her, he seemed delicious, and she wanted to devour him. Panic surged through Zhang. Something was definitely wrong. His suspicions were confirmed as several warning windows from the system popped up. The insect mother had detected a threat to Zhang, and the system considered the man a high-value target for devouring. She was poised to start her gruesome task. Zhang's body began to emit a powerful aura, spreading in all directions. He realized the gravity of the situation as Little Nine detected the threat and prepared to attack. His aura reached the students who had been mocking him moments ago, forcing them to shield their faces. They were baffled by the cold, sinister aura surrounding Zhang. Furious, Zhang locked eyes with the man, a murderous glare in his eyes. He understood that when the devouring value was low, the insect mother's aggressiveness increased. He needed to find monsters for Little Nine to devour to prevent further escalation. Seeing the powerful aura radiating from Zhang, the man simply smiled. Realization dawned on Zhang. The man wanted to test his strength but had inadvertently triggered the insect mother. Thankfully, Zhang managed to suppress her before she could act. A system window confirmed his success. He had temporarily subdued the insect mother. However, her devouring value remained low, and Zhang knew he had to address this issue swiftly by finding suitable prey. The man, hands in his jacket pockets, continued to stare at Zhang. "You've done well," he finally said, his voice carrying a note of admiration. "Although you've just completed your awakening, you were able to face my tests and even counterattack." He smiled. "You are worthy of a divine awakening. Your future is limitless." Zhang, feeling a wave of relief, approached the man cautiously. "Who are you?" he asked, locking eyes with him. The man extended his hand and introduced himself with a smile. "I am Yagang, the leader of the Night Watch. I admire your strength, Zhang. Would you consider joining us?" Zhang was taken aback. He had not anticipated Yagang's affiliation with the Night Watch. This organization, tasked by Grzia, resisted demons and hordes of beasts. They were the first to investigate or eliminate threats whenever a wave of beasts or a new secret realm or dungeon emerged. The Night Watch operated on the front lines, where the mortality rate was extraordinarily high, making it an endeavor most people avoided. But for Zhang, the situation was uniquely challenging. The insect mother required a constant supply of monster flesh and blood to build up her devouring value and produce offspring. Currently, Zhang needed a chance to confront larger monsters. Once the devouring value was complete, the insect mother would start reproducing, and no one could predict the chaos that might ensue. The wild nature was the perfect breeding ground for the insect mother. If Zhang joined the Night Watch, the risks of devouring and reproducing could be managed more easily. As Zhang looked at Yagang's extended hand, a smile crept onto his face. The Night Watch organization seemed perfect for him. The students began to murmur among themselves, noting that the Night Watch had a notoriously high mortality rate and speculating that Zhang wouldn't join. Yagang, sensing the doubt, forced a smile and reassured Zhang that the rumors were outdated. To prevent Zhang from rejecting the offer, he promised comprehensive training and valuable resources due to Zhang's divine rank. Without hesitation, Zhang shook Yagang's hand and called him leader, saying there was no need for further explanation. He stared into Yagang's eyes and declared that to restore the Night Watch's glory, their generation should not shy away from duty. Zhang expressed his willingness to join, which confused Yagang. Unbeknownst to him, Zhang planned to use the Night Watch for insect breeding. Yagang was shocked and asked if this was true. Before Zhang could respond, the insect mother appeared, sending furious system notifications. She was displeased and hungry, wanting to devour the man. Zhang, nervous, closed his eyes and affirmed to Yagang that he was serious. He then excused himself, citing an important task, and began to leave. As he walked away, he turned his head, waved goodbye, and promised to be at the Night Watch headquarters in 3 days. Yagang watched him leave, silent and thoughtful. He hadn't expected the conversation to go so smoothly and had forgotten to ask about Zhang's hidden profession. At that moment, 2 men descended from the sky and landed near Yagang. One was the 8th elder of the martial arts academy. Ya Gang turned to them and remarked that if they were there to recruit for the night watch, they were too late. The elder inquired about the person who had awakened a divine rank creation class. Ya Gang, puzzled, turned to the old man. What are you talking about? He asked. The old man approached, ready to explain. Ya Gang's eyes widened in surprise as he met the elder's gaze. Are you planning to let a divine ranked awakened from the creation category join the night watch just to die? The elder asked incredulously. Realization hit Ya Gang like a lightning bolt. Zhang had the divine ranked creation class. Meanwhile, in the bustling city, Zhang was approached by a man named Uncle Wang. Were you the one who caused that phenomenon in the main city? He asked. Zhang nodded. Just then, a woman with striking purple hair walked up to Uncle Wang, placing her hand on her waist. Lower your voice, or you might attract trouble, she warned. Uncle Wang chuckled, rubbing the back of his head. I can't help it, I'm always talking, he said, laughing heartily. Zhang approached them, closing his eyes with a reassuring smile. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, he told Uncle Wang. Turning serious, Uncle Wang looked at Zhang. Even though the creation category can't fight, I've heard companies always need people from that category to cultivate spiritual plants. Your parents would be very proud of you. Zhang smiled warmly, thinking of the support he had received from everyone in the building over the years. I won't forget any of you, he promised. Uncle Wang waved off his gratitude. Don't worry about these small things. You're here just in time. We're heading to a beginner-level secret realm to get some equipment. Join us, level up together. Zhang accepted gratefully. A system message popped up, indicating the team formation was complete. Minutes later, Zhang and the others crossed the portal into the secret realm. Zhang, hands in his jacket pockets, surveyed the surroundings, marveling at the interior. Suddenly, torches along the walls flared to life, signaling the start of their mission. The monsters inside, alerted by the light, turned their attention to Zhang and his companions. They had entered the Temple of the Dead, a C-rank secret realm known for its 100% drop rate for items and equipment. Experience points would be tallied upon completion, but leaving early meant forfeiting both rewards and experience. Uncle Wang's nerves showed as he realized they were up against undead soldiers. Why did the secret realm system match us with such a high-level dungeon? He wondered aloud. A girl with purple hair explained, because Zhang is a divine-ranked awakened, the celestial system assigned us a higher-level secret realm. Uncle Wang turned to her, reminding her, Zhang has awakened in the creation category. Another girl, this one with brown hair, approached, her eyes on the undead soldiers. Should we abandon this secret realm? She asked, worry creeping into her voice. Uncle Wang interrupted before she could finish. Unsheathing his sword, he declared, there's no problem. We don't come across secret realms of this level every day. With Zhang, we'll be lucky this time. Zhang, filled with a mixture of excitement and determination, prepared himself for the challenges ahead. This secret realm would test their limits, but with their combined strengths and his unique abilities, they had a fighting chance. Seeing Uncle Wang unsheath his sword enraged the undead soldiers. Gathering momentum, he advanced toward the monsters, his determination palpable. Zhang, step back a bit, he called over his shoulder. These undead soldiers are more dangerous than your average C-rank monsters. Zhang complied, moving to a safer distance as Uncle Wang led the charge toward the dungeon's core. With a swift, powerful strike, Uncle Wang cleaved the head of an undead soldier. Zai, boost my talent, he shouted. Zai clasped her hands together, her power radiating as Uncle Wang's abilities surged. This enhancement allowed him to swiftly finish off the undead soldier. As Uncle Wang and the others battled, Zhang stood by, observing from afar. He wondered if they faced monsters like this every day just to survive. Their return with wounds made perfect sense now. Despite the dangers, Zai had always supported him. Zhang recalled that she became an adventurer to heal her brother's eyes. Watching Uncle Wang and the others fight, Zhang resolved to become stronger and properly thank them one day. Distracted by his thoughts, Zhang noticed the insect mother beginning to manifest. She placed a hand under her chin, eyeing the undead soldiers' corpses with hunger. There are so many monsters and so much blood here, she murmured. I want to devour them. With his hands in his pockets, Zhang turned towards the corpses and smiled. Little Nine had already detected them. Deciding to test Little Nine's abilities, Zhang extended his hand and activated the level 1 poison barrier skill, Corrosion. A fog of poison materialized in his palm, and he commanded Little Nine to devour the corpses. She thanked him, and the poison fog advanced, enveloping the bodies and dissolving them within seconds. Zhang watched, impressed, as the monster corpses corroded instantly upon contact with the fog. Little Nine's devouring value rose to 10 points, though the low level of the monsters meant slow growth. She needed to devour more. With one hand still in his pocket, Zhang glanced back at Uncle Wang and the others. They had already advanced deep into the dungeon, showcasing their experience and teamwork. The poisonous mist, however, was difficult to control, posing a risk of accidental injuries. To prevent this, Zhang decided to follow behind and manage the corpses. At that moment, Little Nine caught his attention. "I sense something," she said. Zhang turned his head, alert and ready for whatever lay ahead. As Zhang observed, more monsters began to emerge from the ground. Little Nine's voice echoed in his mind, "I sense fresh blood in that direction." These monsters were level 10 shadow lurkers, with strength of 20 points, agility of 15 points, defense of 10 points, and stamina of 5 points. They prowled in the shadows, hunting weaker stragglers. Zhang scrutinized a shadow lurker, its name highlighted in red, a sign that its level surpassed his own. However, attribute-wise, these creatures were inferior to him. A statistics window for Zhang appeared. He had a devouring value of level 1, his identity as the Lord of Insects, and his occupation as a divine rank spiritual master. He possessed 3 level 1 talents: Growth of All Things, Divine Evolution, and Ancestral Tree of All Things. Zhang's insect mother, Little Nine, or Nine Miasma Wing, had a natural calamity level. Despite lacking equipment, his stats were impressive: 35 points in strength, 31 in agility, 27 in endurance, and 20 in constitution, with a combat power score of 41 stars. His 2 active passive abilities, Experience Return and Attribute Enhancement, were in play. His current devouring value was 100, though his experience remained at 0. Determined to test his skills, Zhang commanded Little Nine to transform into a poisonous mist and follow him. She obeyed, her form dissolving into a mist that clung to the ground. The shadow lurkers advanced rapidly toward Zhang. Bringing his hand close to his face, he released Little Nine's poison. As the monsters lunged, Zhang dodged their attacks and touched them, infecting them with the poisonous mist. The creatures, bewildered, looked at the infected spots. With a predatory smile, Zhang extended his hand and clenched his fist. The mist thickened, corroding the monsters' bodies. Silently, Zhang watched them disintegrate. System windows flashed, showing he had gained 200 special points. Smiling at the rising devouring value, Zhang realized the monsters were no match for him. Lost in thought, Little Nine reappeared, warning him of more blood food behind them. More shadow lurkers emerged. Zhang, hands in his pockets, stood still, gazing at the new threats. His thoughts drifted to Uncle Wang and the others, realizing the dungeon teemed with hidden dangers. He decided to finish these monsters quickly and check on his comrades. "Little Nine, can you handle them?" he asked. Manifesting through the mist, Little Nine stretched her hand toward the monsters. "Leave them to me," she purred. "To me, these are just small prey." Zhang nodded, stepping back. Little Nine, a lethal haze, advanced toward the shadow lurkers. With grace and deadly intent, she began to eradicate the monsters, ensuring Zhang could focus on his next move.